Have you ever reached for a handful of nuts thinking, this has to be good for me? But still felt bloated, tired, or stiff later in the day? You are not alone. Many people over 60 eat nuts religiously because they believe they are helping their heart, their brain, and their blood sugar. But here is the truth. Not all nuts are created equal. In fact, some are quietly making things worse, increasing inflammation, clogging your arteries, and even disrupting your hormones. And today, I will show you the 2 worst nuts that seniors should avoid, especially if you care about your memory, circulation, and joint health. Then we will uncover the 4 most powerful nuts you should absolutely be eating to reverse those issues. And number 1, almost no one talks about it, but it might be the secret to rebuilding what age has taken away. So if you care about staying sharp, mobile, and active, hit subscribe right now and turn on notifications. And tell me in the comments, what nut do you snack on most often? Let's start from the bottom, with the nuts doing more harm than good. Worst nut number 2, chocolate-covered and honey-roasted nuts. They are everywhere, especially in senior snack mixes. Chocolate almonds, honey cashews, maple walnuts. They taste great, but they are no longer nuts. They are sugar-glazed bombs dressed in health food packaging. For anyone over 60, this is a trap. Your metabolism has slowed. Your insulin sensitivity has declined. So when you eat these glazed nuts, you are hitting your bloodstream with refined sugar that spikes insulin, oxidized oils that damage artery walls, and artificial preservatives that your liver struggles to break down. It is like washing your arteries with syrup and glue. And the worst part, these nuts destroy nitric oxide, which is the molecule responsible for relaxing your blood vessels and improving circulation, especially to your brain, your heart, and for men, below the belt. It is like pouring molasses into a garden hose and expecting a smooth stream. The better option is dry roasted or raw nuts with no coatings. If you crave sweetness, add a few blueberries or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Your arteries will thank you. Now, the worst nut to consume for seniors is Brazil nuts. Surprising, I know, but it is true. This one shocks most people. Brazil nuts are famous for their selenium content. And while selenium is crucial for thyroid and immune function, Brazil nuts deliver a megadose. Just one nut can contain 90 to 100 micrograms. Eat 4 or 5, and you are pushing past the upper limit of 400 micrograms per day, risking selenium toxicity. Symptoms include hair thinning or loss, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, brain fog and fatigue, and even lowered testosterone levels in older men. Clinical nutritionists warn that older adults, especially those with slower detox pathways, are more sensitive to this mineral buildup. So while Brazil nuts are not bad in isolation, portion matters. Think of them as medicine, not a snack. 1 is good, 2 are okay, but more is dangerous. Just like using salt in soup, a pinch brings flavor, a spoonful ruins the whole pot. Now let's flip the story, because there are 4 nuts that actively heal your body. They rebuild artery walls, clear up inflammation, sharpen your memory, and in many men, improve blood flow and drive. Let's count them down. Number 4. Almonds. Almonds are more than a crunchy snack. They are rich in magnesium, which relaxes blood vessels, vitamin E, which protects vessel linings from oxidative damage, and monounsaturated fats, which help balance cholesterol levels. One study found that eating almonds daily for just 4 weeks lowered CRP, which is one of the main inflammation markers. Another showed improvements in LDL cholesterol and waist circumference in adults over 55. But here is the magic for seniors. Magnesium in almonds helps restore endothelial function, keeping arteries elastic and open, which is critical for circulation to the brain and extremities. And that includes blood flow to the important morning functions, if you know what I mean. So, when to eat them? Mid-morning, when cortisol starts dipping and you need steady fuel, just 10 to 12 raw almonds, unsalted and unroasted. Almonds are like soft sandpaper, gently polishing your arteries clean. Number 3. Walnuts. Walnuts look like tiny brains for a reason. They are packed with ALA omega-3s, which is a plant fat shown to reduce neuron inflammation, polyphenols that help reduce amyloid plaque, the hallmark of Alzheimer's, and copper and manganese, which are critical for neurotransmitter balance and myelin production. One study found that seniors who consumed just 1 ounce of walnuts daily had better memory retention, verbal fluency, and focus compared to controls. And they help with joint stiffness too by lowering interleukin-6 and CRP, 2 inflammation drivers in arthritis. Sprinkle 6 to 8 walnut halves on your oats or salad. They are best absorbed when paired with vitamin C-rich foods like berries or bell peppers. Remember, walnuts act like an anti-rust coating on the delicate wires of your nervous system, preserving memory and mood with each bite. Number 2. Pistachios. Pistachios are one of the most underrated foods for men over 60. They are not flashy, they are not trendy, but they quietly do something powerful, especially when it comes to blood flow. In one clinical study, men who ate just a small handful of pistachios every day for 3 weeks saw noticeable changes. Their erectile function improved, their blood flow scores increased, even their LDL cholesterol dropped, thanks to the way pistachios support vessel function and nitric oxide. So, what is going on here? Pistachios are naturally rich in L-arginine, which is a compound your body uses to make nitric oxide, the very substance that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. They are also packed with potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure, and they carry plant sterols, which are natural compounds that help balance cholesterol. And here is where it gets interesting. When you combine pistachios with a little light movement, like a 10-minute walk after eating, the effects double. You boost nitric oxide even further. You improve insulin sensitivity, clear up post-meal blood sugar spikes, and keep your arteries open and responsive. And the best time to eat them is midday or in the afternoon, especially if you tend to feel sluggish after lunch. Just one small handful is enough. Choose unsalted, dry roasted varieties whenever possible. Skip the ones with oil or flavoring. Think of pistachios as green plumbers. They move through your system, clearing out your pipes, opening your pressure valves, and restoring the smooth, steady flow that makes you feel alive again. And here is number 1, pine nuts. They are small, they are pricey, and they usually sit forgotten in the back of the pantry. But pine nuts are one of the most valuable foods you can bring into your routine, especially if you are noticing dips in memory, focus, or mental stamina. They are loaded with zinc, a mineral that plays a central role in immune strength and cognitive function. They are a great source of magnesium, which helps with nerve signaling and muscle repair, and they contain something rare, which is pineolenic acid. This special fat not only supports cholesterol health, but may help with appetite regulation and steady energy. But the real story here is their effect on the aging brain. Pine nuts have been associated with better testosterone balance and neural clarity in older adults. They do not act like a stimulant. They work in the background, helping your brain maintain decision-making, recall, and emotional stability. Picture them like tiny electricians, rewiring your brain's grid, upgrading the signal, and smoothing out the static without making a sound. You do not need many. Just a tablespoon, a couple of times a week, added to salads, pesto, or roasted vegetables can be enough to start feeling a shift. Now let's talk about 2 popular choices that are not quite as harmful as the worst offenders, but deserve a warning. First, peanuts. They are not even true nuts, they are legumes. And while they are high in protein, they come with problems. Many peanuts are contaminated with aflatoxins, mold-based toxins linked to liver damage. They are also extremely high in omega-6 fats, which promote inflammation when not balanced with omega-3s. Second, cashews. They can also carry aflatoxins, and they are often roasted in cheap seed oils that go rancid quickly, oils that your body has a hard time processing after 60. If you enjoy either of these, be picky. Go for dry roasted, vacuum-sealed sources, and keep the portions small. But if you are dealing with joint pain, brain fog, skin issues, or fatigue, try removing both peanuts and cashews for 2 weeks. You may be shocked at how quickly your body responds. So why does this matter so much after 60? After 60, the systems of the body do not break, they slow. The ability of your liver to detoxify weakens. So things like rancid oils, mold toxins, and food additives stick around longer. The lining of your blood vessels, or the endothelium, thins out, reducing your nitric oxide and limiting circulation. Your blood sugar tolerance drops, so even small spikes hit harder and take longer to recover from, and your ability to digest and absorb fats, especially good fats, declines, which means quality matters more than ever. What does that mean for your nuts? It means sugar-coated almonds, rancid seed oils, and overloading Brazil nuts can all push your balance in the wrong direction. But when you reach for the right ones, like walnuts, pistachios, almonds, and pine nuts, you are not just snacking, you are restoring. You are feeding the tissues that support circulation, hormone repair, and mental clarity. You are telling your body, here is the material, let's build again. Let's quickly recap what matters most. Say goodbye to the candy-coated ones, no more honey roasted, no more chocolate dipped. If it looks like dessert, it probably acts like one inside your arteries. Be smart with Brazil nuts. One a day is medicine, 4 or 5. That is a problem. Be cautious with peanuts and cashews, unless you know the source is clean, fresh, and mold-free. And most importantly, bring in the builders. Reach for almonds in the morning, toss walnuts into your salad, snack on pistachios in the afternoon, especially with a short walk afterward, and sprinkle pine nuts into your week just once or twice makes a difference. This is not about being perfect. It is about being deliberate, because every handful is a signal, and when you choose wisely, your body listens. You are not fragile. You are just finely tuned. You do not need protection. You need the right inputs. Now you know how to fuel your engine with precision, with care, and with confidence. If this helped you see your pantry in a new light, hit subscribe and join this growing community of clear-minded, strong-hearted men over 60. And in the comments, let me know which nut you are keeping. Which one are you tossing? Try this nut routine for just 7 days. Then ask yourself, do your hands feel warmer? Is your brain clearer? Do your mornings feel stronger? Tell me below. I will be reading every comment.